What's up, Moyo tribe? I'm running today on the historic Florida Overseas Highway Trail. This was a trail that was made in the line with the railroad track that went from Miami to the Key West years ago. And we've been talking about fear. Something I have come to understand about fear is that fear in and of itself isn't bad, but what becomes bad is when our fears turn into anxieties that we can't get rid of. Well, here's a formula that I heard that I think really puts it into perspective for you. Fear plus uncertainty equals anxiety. See, sometimes the fears can save us from situations, but when uncertainty comes into the equation, it creates anxiety that becomes long-term and becomes detrimental to our health. Let me give you an example. If you're walking along the street and you step out into the street and all of a sudden you see a truck coming that's going to hit you, you immediately have a fear response and you jump out of the street and you've removed yourself from the situation of danger. Your body produces all these neurochemicals called catecholamines that elevate our blood pressure, elevate our heart rate, stimulate all these tension responses. But when we step out of the street, those all calm down and go back to normal. There was certainty in that situation. We knew if we stayed in the street, we were going to get hit and probably die. But once we were out of the street, we knew we were safe and everything went back to normal. But in some situations in life where we have uncertainty, like for instance in this pandemic, the future economy, prices of gas, restaurants, businesses, cell phone businesses, will they survive? There's uncertainty because these are grounds we've never been in. So when you have the fear of something happening, plus uncertainty, not knowing how it will end, when it will end, it creates anxiety. So when your body produces those catecholamines and it creates those responses in your body, they never go back down. They stay elevated. So we have this chronic stress response that leads to heart disease, diabetes, obesity, anxiety, depression, because fear plus uncertainty equals anxiety. But here's what I know. I know that Jeremiah 29:11 tells me, God is telling me, I know the plans that I have for you, and not plans of evil, but plans to give you a future and a hope. Now, I don't know those plans, and sometimes I may not completely agree with those plans, but what I trust and believe with certainty is that God knows the plans and He knows what's best for me. So how can I break that fear anxiety loop? With the certainty that I know God's got me, and that's who I'm going to lean on. Every day's an opportunity to test out the formula. Can you do away with the uncertainty and as a result do away with anxiety? Lean heavy on God and not yourself. Try it. Moyo, everywhere we go.